What if I told you that for thousands of years, the smartest people on the planet genuinely believed that birds spent their winters hibernating at the bottom of frozen lakes? And when that theory fell apart, their next best guess was the moon. This one took an absurd amount of research. If you're enjoying it, a quick like goes a really long way. For most of human history, birds had a deeply suspicious habit. Every autumn, millions of them would just vanish. Poof, gone, no forwarding address. And every spring, they'd casually stroll back like nothing happened. So where did they go? Well, for centuries, the leading theory was hibernation. Not regular hibernation. Underwater hibernation at the bottom of frozen lakes. This 16th century woodblock actually shows fishermen hauling a massive net of hibernating swallows out of a frozen lake. Jack naturally decided to test this theory himself. He did not hibernate, he just got very, very cold. The alternative theory was that the birds left entirely and flew somewhere far away for the winter. But nobody had a clue where. In 1703, a pamphlet helpfully suggested they flew to the moon. Jack packed his bags immediately. His rocket didn't quite make it. The first real clues came around 1900, thanks to a Danish school teacher named Hans Christian Mortensen. His big idea: attach tiny marked aluminum rings to birds' legs, then release them. Every time a banded bird was recaptured or spotted, it put a dot on the map. And soon, long-distance earthly migrations were finally confirmed. A white stork banded in Hungary was found dead in South Africa. That's over 8,000 kilometers. Jack tried banding a bird himself. The bird had strong opinions about that. But here's the problem with banding. It only tells you about single points. Point A, banded in Hungary. Point B, found dead in South Africa. What happened between A and B? Total mystery. Did it fly in a straight line? Did it stop for snacks in Italy? Did it take the scenic route through Madagascar? Nobody knew. Scientists needed a bird's eye view. Literally. Enter satellite tracking. In the 1980s, a bald eagle in Maryland was captured and fitted with a transmitter. That transmitter was powerful enough to beam signals all the way up to a pair of orbiting satellites. For the first time ever, researchers could watch a bird's journey in near real time. And the migrations they uncovered were absolutely jaw-dropping. Take the bar-tailed godwit. Every year this bird flies from Alaska to New Zealand. That's 11,000 kilometers in about 8 days, without a single stop. No food, no water, no bathroom breaks, just flapping. Jack attempted the same journey. He made it about 400 meters before requesting a snack. But satellite tracking had a serious limitation. Even with modern technology, transmitters powerful enough to reach satellites are heavy. Fine for a bald eagle, absolutely crushing for a tiny songbird. A slight improvement was GPS recorders, which can be smaller because they receive signals from satellites rather than sending them. But even these were still too heavy for the smallest birds. And then scientists had a genuinely brilliant idea. What if we don't need satellites at all? Instead, they built a tiny device with just 3 components: a light sensor, a clock, and a memory chip. The whole thing weighs about as much as a raisin. Jack held up a raisin for comparison. He then ate the raisin. These geolocators use ancient navigation tricks. The length of each day tells you your latitude. And the time halfway between sunset and sunrise, noon, tells you your longitude. There's a catch. You have to recapture the bird to download the data, but when you do, you get the entire journey. And the journeys they revealed were absolutely bonkers. The great snipe, weighing just 170 grams, about half a can of soda, rockets from Sweden to Central Africa in just 3 days. That's an average speed of 95 kilometers per hour, sustained for 3 days straight. But the undisputed champion of migration is the Arctic tern. It was already credited with the longest migration, an annual round trip of about 40,000 kilometers between the Arctic and Antarctic. But geolocator data revealed the terns actually travel more than twice that distance, zigzagging to catch prevailing winds. Over a lifetime, an Arctic tern racks up over 2.5 million kilometers of flight. That's enough for 3 round trips to the moon.